This is the cheapest I've seen Westin selling this home in any community in all of Houston. In fact, I saw this home last week in a different neighborhood and it was $50,000 more. And here's the cool part. Westin actually is also building their brand new 45-foot product in this community and their prices are starting under $400,000. And the cool part is you still get that Westin spiral staircase. There's 5 builders in this brand new master plan community today and we're gonna be checking out 3 of them. And we're in the trails. We're over here in New Caney, and growing up, I didn't think New Caney was anything to write home about, but it has changed, and my opinion of it has actually changed. Coming over here, there is a ton of growth, a ton of development, and the cool part is, and the thing that people probably aren't expecting, is that everything over here is new. This used to just be the country, and there's gorgeous trees, but now it is exploding with growth. There's master plan developments, great schools, one of which is actually gonna be located right here in this community, but the same nice, high-end home builders that we're seeing in all the other areas in Houston are starting to build over here in the New Caney area, specifically here in the trails, and not to mention the amenities that they have on the way. They've got some really nice high-end amenities that'll be located right here inside of the community, like their fitness center, their rec center, their community pool, which is definitely gonna be a massive resort-style pool, parks, playgrounds, and you even have the sidewalks right here in front of your houses so you can go out on a stroll and be safe without having to walk in the road. That's something we don't see in every single community. And they have a model home we're gonna show you today that blew my mind just how nice it was for the price point. It is the nicest home I have seen anywhere in Houston that's priced at $329,000. It's got 12-foot ceilings. It looks like they went crazy in the design center, but the cool part was they actually only spent $30,000. And right now they're doing some huge promos with that builder where they're actually covering half of your design center cost, because this is the ground floor of the trails. They just started this community. It's gonna be a massive development and it's located in a great spot. It's right off of Highway 99, which really is that third outer loop here in the Houston area, and that's where the path of progress is. If you're looking to get in and get that appreciation early days in a new community, you're gonna wanna look along Highway 99, and I would actually argue that this might be one of the absolute best places for future development and growth. And if you're a plant worker or you're working down anywhere along the ship channel and you need to be on the east side for work, but you want to live in a nice, safe community for your families, this is also going to be one of the best options for you. So I'm excited to get you inside of these homes. You've seen this Westin before, but like I said, you have never seen this home at this price before. And then that 45 that we're going to show you is really something special if you're wanting a Westin home, but you don't quite have the budget for this. So let's go take our first look. I'm excited to be inside of this home. And as I mentioned, we were in this same exact floor plan in a different community last week. And this home was actually, I calculated it, $63,000 more expensive than it is over here. And this is a 3,800 square foot home. This is the Carter. It's 5 bedrooms and there's a lot to offer. And it starts up here. You've got this awesome home office, and I love the fact that Westin always tries to do some really tall ceilings in their different spaces, and you've got them here in this office. You can close these doors up. And then another thing that I really love about Westin is if you go to their design center and you actually pick everything out, you have the option for real wood floors. A lot of builders aren't doing that these days, and so you can't typically get those in a Westin inventory home, which if you don't know what that is, that's just a move-in ready home that they've already built. But if you do contract to build with Westin and pick everything out, you can get these gorgeous white oak floors. And right here, this is usually the thing that attracts the most people. If you watch any of our videos, you'll know this is the iconic Westin staircase. And I'm surprised that they don't have a tree here right now. We've got ours set up in our Westin home that we live in. This is a 60-foot product, which means the house itself is 50 feet wide, and then you've got 5 feet on each side of the actual walls of the home itself for your yard. And so this is gonna be the largest product that they offer anywhere here in the trails. Most of their stuff is gonna be 40, 45, and even 50-foot products. And so this is gonna be the most expensive and the biggest, and it's still very affordable. So not every Westin floor plan has this downstairs dining area. That's what I like about Westin, is even though all of their homes feel the same, you really can find the perfect floor plan that has the configuration you want. So in my home, we actually picked a floor plan that didn't have this. I didn't think it was a great use of space. Instead, we've got a home office on the first floor, and then we have a playroom, and then we've got an informal dining room table over here in our main living room. So come in here. This is kind of the wow factor that Westin's known for. You've got your dedicated living room over here, and we're starting to see them do more and more of these electric fireplaces. And then I like in the models that they added the built-ins over here. We had to do this after we closed on our home, and a lot of the Westin inventory homes actually aren't gonna offer that. They're just gonna be little cubby nooks, and you're gonna have to come in and do that afterwards. But I also really like the color palette of this house. We're seeing a lot of the home builders go back to these white oak, kind of natural wood looking cabinets. They happen to be mixing it in with a couple different colors over here. So you've got the white cabinets with the white oak lowers. I think they look really good. That's a nice noise. We're gonna see if they actually have cabinets under here. So these are just faux cabinets. Sometimes they've got storage hidden up under there. And then they decided to go with the waterfall edge, which goes all the way down to the ground. One thing that I recently figured out in one of our videos and I wanna show you is, even though this looks really good, it actually functionally limits the amount of seating space you have at the bar. So yes, you can fit 4 people here comfortably, but if you got somebody a little bit bigger than me, it actually kind of keeps their legs underneath the counter, so you can't really like position yourself out here. So, little side note, when you're building a house, it's all about the little tips and tricks. Even though it looks good, just be sure to realize that you are gonna limit how many people can actually sit up at that kitchen island. Now, speaking of kitchen islands, this one's pretty good size. This is quartz, so this is a man-made product, but it looks really good. I love the veining in it. And what's cool is if you can see the details, Keith showing the details, you've got the gold in here, and that gold does a really good job of kind of matching some of the fixtures that they have in here. So from the actual kitchen faucet over here to the hardware on all of the cabinets, it just matches really nice. So KitchenAid appliances in Westin Homes, these come standard. They're very nice. I've got the black stainless versions of these, and I really like it. And then the connectivity over here is still pretty good. So even though it's a formal dining room, which I said I don't personally prefer, at least you can get there conveniently from the kitchen. Let me know in the comments, do you still want one of these things? Like, would you actually use it? We personally like it being kind of in our main living area. So pretty good pantry space in the Carter. Like I said, we've shown this floor plan off. Now this is the Carter 9, which means they've done 9 little tweaks along the way. They've listened to clients' feedback. Westin Homes was actually the Greater Houston Builders Association's Builder of the Year in 2023. There are hundreds of home builders here in Houston, and they were Builder of the Year. And that means that they actually listened to their consumers, and the fact that there's a number 9 version of one floor plan just goes to show you that that's exactly what they do. So you've got a nice 5-burner gas cooktop over here. They do have gas in the community. You gotta be on the lookout. Most bigger master plan communities are gonna have gas, but some smaller builder neighborhoods are gonna be all electric. So if you like cooking on that gas cooktop, don't just assume that every neighborhood in Houston has it. In the Westin floor plans, some of them that don't have the formal dining will have a kitchenette like this, but it'll just be bigger. So it'll kind of serve that dual purpose of the kitchenette plus the dining room. So all Westin 60-foot products and their 45s are gonna come with covered back patios. Some of them are reset into the house. On the Carter, it actually sticks out into the backyard. So I'm not really sure if I have a preference one way or the other. I think I kind of like the patios that are kind of connected into the house versus the ones that jut out. And then they added this tile. So this is an upgrade. Normally it would come with like an unfinished concrete, but a lot of people will come in later, they'll build a pool and you can actually overlay your travertine or your pool decking on that unfinished concrete and just have it all match so that it's nice and cohesive. Now coming back into the home, this is probably one of my favorite vantage points in a Westin home. I think it just really showcases the beauty of these homes, the architecture. So you've got the rotunda right above that spiral staircase, and you can see it just opens up the house. These are some big homes, and they're really the best builder in Houston where you get the most square footage for the best price, in my opinion, where you still have that wow factor, because the finishes are above a builder grade finish, but they just don't break the bank. Now coming in here, you've got 10-foot going all the way up to 12-foot ceilings. Westin does a great job of having the tray ceilings. A lot of times their inventory homes aren't gonna have all the texture that their model homes do because they've hired designers. However, these are very easy homes to trick out afterwards. We spent some money on some paint for our accent walls in our Westin, and we got a trim carpenter to come in and do a bunch of like little woodworking throughout the house. Really elevates it, gives it some texture, some dimension, and just makes it look fancier. So now Westin's known for their bathrooms too. They've got this freestanding tub right out here in the middle, and then you also are gonna have your walk-in fully tiled shower. It goes all the way up to the ceiling. And this house gets great natural lighting, but it also has a ton of candle lighting in it. And it's got 2 closets. So plenty of space. This one's definitely echoey because they've got the tile in here. And this is some big tile. I don't know if this comes through on camera, but these are like, 1, 2, these are 4-foot by 3-foot tiles. These are huge. I haven't seen tiles this big, but it looks good. It's like a faux marble. You've got a his and hers vanity. You also have an extra makeup cabinet over here. And then one feature I love, I say this in our videos when we cover Westin, is the connectivity of the bathrooms to the laundry room Now I've complained about this a handful of times, maybe they'll tweak it in the Carter 10, but they need a bigger laundry room for a 3,800 square foot house. I think you'll agree with me. What they do a good job of though is providing this extra counter space kind of on top so you can just slide your washer and dryer in. And it looks like they've got a gas connection so you could do gas or electric for your dryer. Now, one thing that I love about my Westin home is we do have a secondary bedroom on the first floor, and the Carter is gonna offer that while still giving you 3 full bedrooms upstairs. And if you look right back over there, you will see that they've got a full ensuite bathroom. So this is great for the in-laws, great for guests coming over to the home, and it really just provides all of the livability that you would want in one of these big 5-story homes. And then they also did some really cute tile work in here. Usually they'll have a half bath in these Westins with nice little accent pieces that you can spice it up. And that's it for the downstairs. Now the Carter does lack one feature that some of their other 60-foot products have, and that is gonna be a 3-car garage. This has a standard 2-car garage, but some of their homes are gonna have a 3-car tandem garage, mine does, and it's a feature that I probably wouldn't wanna give up if I was going to spend this much money on a larger kind of 2-story big family home. So they do have some really good options with those 3-car garages. Now meet me upstairs and I'm excited to show you what they have hidden up there. Now I had an option when we were building our home as to whether or not to put these gorgeous real wood treads on our stairs or go with carpet, and I still question it every time I go in a Westin model home. We decided to go with carpet just in case mom or kids took a tumble down the stairs or it was dark in the middle of the night, but those real wood treads just look so much better. So maybe one day we'll go back when the kids are older and switch them up. So right when you get to the top of the stairs, some Westins don't have a great use of space right here in the landing area. It's kind of just more of a walkway, but it does create a vibe. We'll just put it that way, because it gives you this overlook and it kind of opens the middle of the house up, and it really allows the light to flow through the home. So see those 2nd-story windows where you can see them building homes back through there? That really, you wouldn't be able to get that light through here if this was a true closed off 2-story. And so the fact that it is open and it spills back over to the front door is something that a lot of our clients really like. And most Westin floor plans are going to be nice and open like this. There's only a handful that feel a little bit more closed off upstairs, and that was actually the floor plan that we built. So this is gonna be the side of the house upstairs that has the Jack and the Jill bathroom set up, and meaning that this bathroom is also used for upstairs. They've got this one set up as a nursery, but as you can see, the closet space is pretty decent. And if you'll see that door right there, Westin's known for having walk-in attics. You really can't have basements here in Texas. The water table's too high and the basements would flood. And therefore, everybody stores their stuff up here in the attics. And so they're insulated in some cases. Typically around this price point though, the attics aren't gonna be fully insulated. It's only when you get into higher price points where they start spray foaming. But you don't have to have it fully insulated in order to store stuff there. It's just like using your garage. It can get a little hot in there. Just don't put anything, don't put like chocolate in your attic and you'll be fine. Other than that, you can store your winter gear up there, your Christmas decorations, and you're really not gonna run into any issues there. So coming across over here, this is that walkway, and then you've got your game room. Now, is this ideal for pool? I think it looks cool. The reality of it is actually it could work. I didn't think about that. It could work. It's a little tight for a pool table, although this is kind of a smaller pool table. But it's a fun game room space for the kids. You'll notice there's not a TV anywhere over here. That's because you do have a dedicated media room. And it's pretty good size. All their media rooms in their homes, for the most part, are gonna be located up on the 2nd floor, and they're gonna vary in size. This one's, I would say, mid-size for Westin. Some of them are really big, and that living room area will be small, and then sometimes they'll make this room a little bit tighter, and then they'll give you a bigger living room, but it's kind of cool. They match the wood floors from downstairs up here on the ceilings, and then I think adding that backsplash on the wall gives it a little bit of texture. And then this is your 5th and final bedroom up here. So for the most part, all of the rooms don't share walls, they're separated, and then really, overall good sized bathrooms, good sized space, good sized closets. And get a look at this. This is a king bed in one of the upstairs bedrooms, and there's huge nightstands on each side. You got 10-foot ceilings in here, and then that closet is massive. So really overall, you got a very good use of space, and you just can't beat the price here. I mean, the prices here to get a home like this for the price that we're seeing is just a lot better deal than we've seen in a long time. In fact, you can get this exact home for $585,000, and it was just last week $650,000. But we're gonna show you even cheaper Westin options that are gonna feel a little bit different, but they're gonna have these little signature touch points like the spiral staircase over here that you see in their new 45-foot product. And I think it's a really appealing product. But before we go check that one out, I've gotta get you in the absolutely nicest home I've seen anywhere in Houston, Texas for $329,000. As soon as we pulled up to this home, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little unassuming. I didn't expect much. I thought, okay, this is gonna be a nice, cheap, builder grade home. That is not the case. Wait until we get you inside. This is Chesmar's 50-foot model home, and I actually thought it was a little bit smaller than that because it's tucked over here in this corner lot, but they've got two model home parks here. As you can see, you've got kind of the smaller products here, and then you've got the larger ones where we just came from. You've got Westin and Lennar building on those 60-foot lots, and then here you've got 50-foot Chesmars, 45-foot Westins, and then 45 and 40-foot Coventry. And so there's something out here for everybody, starting in really, really low price points. But I did not expect a 50-foot product, which is wider than all of these over here, to be as nice as this at $329,000. And I thought they went crazy in the design center. They're telling me that they didn't, but see for yourselves. Let me know in the comments below if you think they're lying to us, because this is just a heck of a deal on a house. And as we walk inside, I do need to tell you, my name's Kyler Ferris. We've been running this channel for a couple of years now. I own Ferris Realty. We've got over 40 agents. And we sold 350 homes here in Houston to people just like you just this last year. And so if you're thinking of moving here, there's no better team, there's no better resource. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us a quick email. That way we can help you make a smooth move right here to Houston, Texas. Now, one thing that I really appreciate about Chesmar, most of their model homes are gonna use the garage area as a design center, which means they're gonna showcase all of the products that you can and can't put inside of your home, starting with the exterior, with the brick or the stone combination, and then going all the way over to the flooring, which they've got some great options, by the way. These are real wood floors down here, similar to what we saw over in that Westin product, and you can actually put them in this Chesmar 50-foot product. So this would typically be the garage area, so this entryway would not be opened up, and then right behind you would actually be 2 of the 3 bedrooms. This is their smallest floor plan, but tell me if this looks small to you. These are 12-foot ceilings, and to me, I mean, this is just an absolutely gorgeous color palette, and we got a lot to dive into. But this is 1,900 square feet, and they actually have a move-in ready version of this floor plan at $323,900 right now. And so even less than what I told you. So we're gonna start here in the kitchen. The first thing I wanna do is really just showcase that this is one big open concept, and what a difference the 12-foot ceilings make. We see 9s, we see 10s pretty often, but rarely do we see 12s, and we definitely don't see them in the $300,000 price point. And they also did some cool things in here. They didn't just go with the black and white basic modern. They mixed a lot of textures in here, and it goes a long way. Starting at the design center with what they actually picked out, and then obviously their designers came in with curtains and accent walls and furniture that made it really nice. But this is a pretty bold countertop, and I absolutely love it. Check this out, look at the patterns in this. And then you've got your big farmhouse sink right here in the middle. You've got your black faucets and fixtures. And then as you flip around, one thing that's getting more and more common, and I really, really like, is you've got the true wood look cabinetry. Now, it's not that outdated old red oak. It's a more neutral tone. It's a flat, kind of unfinished look. And then they've got this matte black, not subway tile, but just matte black backsplash tile going all the way up. So really cool. Now, they've got a slide-in range over here. It is a gas range, but it's a range oven combo, something more common in this price point, but I don't mind it. It actually looks pretty good. You've got under cabinet lighting in here. You've got the plugs set into the backsplash, stainless steel appliances, dishwasher, and then coming over here, you've got your cornered pantry. Decent size. It is a walk-in, not massive, but big enough, especially for a 1,900 square foot, 3-bedroom home. But what's really nice is they extended these countertops over here. So you got your little coffee or your bar area. And so personally, I think there's plenty of space here. Also, lots of room over here. They even have a bar stool added. So you've got 4 bar stools all the way down, but I don't see this very often where the counter comes out far enough and you actually have a big enough walkway to seat a 5th person over here. So I also appreciate they did the microwave out of the way. So it's out of the way, it's easy to get to, and it's at a great height. There you go, right there. I don't know if my mom could reach this. Mom, if you're watching, it's about that high. Probably not, so love you. All right, you got the dining room set up over here. This is my preference. We're seeing this a lot more lately. informal dining room. It just makes so much sense. Look, you can sit over here, you know, if it's just you and your spouse. The second you have kids, you're gonna wanna set them up in high chairs, have a table, and this is just kind of a good place to congregate. We've got this set up in our house, and it's really nice. It's also great for hosting too, especially since where those photos are, that's definitely where you would put your TV. You got a wall of windows here, but you've got a great dedicated living space here. Could easily fit a massive sectional, and yeah, I just think it's plenty of space, especially with this ceiling height. But it's nice because if you're hosting for Christmas or Thanksgiving, you could have people in the kitchen cooking, you could have people hanging out over here playing board games, and then you get people over here watching all of the football games. So really good layout overall, makes a lot of sense. But here's the kicker. This is one of the best options you can have on a house, in my opinion, especially one story. And that is a bonus room off of the main living area. You've got these two doors here. You can close up and you can get some work done if you want to use it as a home office, but I would use it as a playroom for kids just off of the back of the house. So as you can see, they've got it set up as an office. This almost looks like one of those like gymnastics, what do they call it, a pommel horse? Right here in the middle of the house. I'm sure that that's what my kids would use it for. And then also too, if you ever wanted to convert it, technically this is a closet, so you could make this a fourth bedroom. I wouldn't, I would leave it as a home office. If you want a bigger home, buy a bigger home. I would say don't force it in this one. It just makes too much sense to have a playroom or a home office. I'll let you go out first. I want you to see the backyards here. So one of the things you're getting over here, and I didn't touch on it in the last house that we showed you, is you're getting a little bit more space. You're paying for it, you know, because this is a newer development, they can afford, and the land over here is cheaper on this side of town, they can afford to do bigger backyards. So this is all gonna be kind of after the fact. The builders aren't gonna include these patios, but if you flip around, this is different than the last house. This is one of those kind of back patios that's incorporated into the home. So this is a 50-foot wide lot. So you can see you've got the 6-foot cedar good neighbor fences where the panels alternate. And you flip around over there, you can show them, this is exactly 50 feet wide. It's a perfect rectangle. So that is, oh, and I do want to show you this actually. It's all about the details. I highly recommend tie your gutters in to underground drainage so that you don't have to actually use the natural drainage of the yard. You can just spit it out in the street. It makes way more sense, keeps your yards from holding too much water. And I think long-term, it just kind of prevents erosion in your yard. And then one other thing that I think is super cool, I actually love these doors. Check this out. I don't know, it's the little things, Keith. It's the little things. I didn't even notice, but they've got the pendant lighting up over here. Pretty modern looking, pretty cool. Now, your laundry room is pretty centrally located here in the home. Not massive, decent size. However, you can get appliance packages with Chesmar. So one thing that I like about Chesmar, other than the price and how nice this home is that they do kind of all-inclusive, and so you can get it turnkey. You can get it with fridge, washer, dryer, blinds, sprinklers, sod in the front of the backyards, gutters, and let's just take a moment and pause. This room is cool. All of their homes don't come with all this cool woodwork, but it does come with these cool cathedral ceilings. You can get these sheetrock columns. It definitely opens up the house a lot, and for 1,900 square feet, every room I've been in this home, it just feels larger. You got a little seating area here, king size bed. These are huge. I mean, these aren't small little nightstands, and it's nice too. You get the upper windows, a lot of natural light can come in here, close it off with blackout curtains if you need to. And then the bathroom is wide here. So if you're getting ready in the morning with your spouse, you're not gonna be bumping into each other. Dual vanity, they kept this real wood over here on the cabinets, unpainted, and you have two options. A lot of builders are getting rid of these big tubs. You still have them in here. Big walk-in shower, no bench. I'll have to stand up, and I'll be all right, I'll survive. And then closet space is decent size. For 1,900 square foot home, I would say it's adequate. You kind of have two separate sides, plenty of hanging space, not massive, but the fact that they did the extra woodwork for the built-ins is nice. And then we still have two more bedrooms up at the front of the house. Now, your second bedrooms and your third bedroom are both gonna be located at the front of the house. So your front door's right here. We already showed you the garage space where this would be fully closed in. You'd probably have a door somewhere over here connecting into the home. But one of the bedrooms is gonna be right up at the front of the house. I know some parents don't prefer that for the little kids. I don't think it's a big deal. Safe area here, you got alarm systems. But both of these bedrooms are gonna be comparable sizes, still have 10-foot ceilings in here, which is really good for secondary bedrooms. And then this is a full bed. So they did bigger than a twin to show you. It could be a guest room as well. And then You don't have huge walk-in closets, but they're tall. So you have extra storage space that goes all the way up to the ceilings. And then this is your control panel for the house. This is where you're gonna bring in your Wi-Fi and your cable, security system, all of that just gets wired. Whenever they build your house, they actually run conduit from the outside. So you're gonna be able to run all of those wires right into that closet and run everything. And this is just 2 full baths. So you don't have a half bath. So this bathroom will serve as both the half bath for the rest of the, all of the guests, and then it's also gonna serve as the full bath for these 2 bedrooms. Now this bedroom is actually being used as their office, so we're not gonna pop in there because they didn't use this garage as an office like a lot of the model homes, because they have all of their selections over here for the design center, and then you still got storage. So even though it's a smaller home, you got some good storage. Now we're gonna walk outside, I'm gonna tell you all about price, and I'm gonna tell you how large the homes get, because I was surprised that this is actually their smallest floor plan. So as you can see, pricing and quality ratio doesn't get much better than what we just showed you, even though it might. We got one more to show you, and it's that Westin 45-foot. But before we get there, I do want to tell you they've got plenty of options in this 50-foot product. As I mentioned, this is their smallest floor plan, and it feels nice and open, but sure, you're lacking some bedrooms, but the prices starting around $325,000 are great. However, they don't go any higher than $425,000, and that is going to the design center and getting a lot of really nice higher end finishes in a 3,100 square foot, 2-story, 4-bedroom, larger family home. So you've got a wide range of options. I really think when you get into these 50-foot wide products is where you start to see the creativity and floor plan configurations and your options open up, because having a 1,900 square foot home and a 3,100 square foot home on the same lot sizes just goes to show you that there are a lot of options once you get to these 50-foot products. So that is it for Chesmar. They're just building on these 50-foot lots, but I think they've got something out here for everybody, and we're gonna go check out that Westin 45. Now, we don't get to show you the Westin 45s every day. In fact, I think we've only shown them in one other community, but as soon as you walk in, you do know that it's a Westin. It looks a little bit different, it's a little bit skinnier, but it still has that signature staircase right up here at the front of the home. Now, the difference is you gotta kind of zigzag to get in. So we'll get you upstairs here in a second, but what I like is they're still building 4-bedroom homes on these 45-foot lots, and you got a ton of storage right up here at the front of the home underneath that staircase. They're always making the most of it. And then over here, you're gonna have your home office, but I wanna get you in because even though this is only 2,650 square feet, it still has the wow factor. You got the cathedral ceilings that you actually see in some of their larger 1-story products, but this is actually in one of their 2-story homes. They were able to still get a cathedral ceiling in the first floor and give you that nice upstairs. Now, the kitchen's gonna be a little bit smaller, everything's gonna be scaled down a little bit, but so is the price. They've got homes out here starting at 2,500 square feet, going up to 2,800 square feet, and their prices are starting below $400,000. In fact, they've got this exact floor plan on the ground right now for sale for $415,000. And you got some really nice finishes in here, but you're gonna see some distinct changes from their 60-foot product, one of which are the appliances. This is a slide-in range, which we just saw next door. Not common for Westin in their 50, 55, and 60-foot products, but we do see it here in the 45s. You got some nice kind of matte finished countertops, and so you've got the 2 tones, you got the black, you got the white quartz, and then here is that kind of natural white oak wood that we've been seeing more and more lately, matched up with some white cabinets. So still great kitchen layout, still have the KitchenAid appliances. The only difference is you've got that slide-in range, and then they went with the very black and white modern theme over here. Now, these aren't real wood floors. You could opt for them if you go to the design center, but they look pretty similar to the Westin real wood that they use, except this is tile. Much better if you've got dogs or pets or children, or if you do put a pool outside and you're running in and out. I think this is gonna hold the test of time a lot better. Now, this feels a whole lot more like a standard 45, maybe like a Perry home that we see, but I like the livability. This is similar to my living room, where you've got the kitchen island, the informal dining table, and then you've got a pretty good sized dedicated living space here. They've got the upper windows, and the cathedral ceiling actually kicks all the way out over here to the back patio. Now, because of this orientation, I'm not gonna lie, you're getting absolutely blinded in the afternoons. So you're gonna wanna think through exactly which way your lot faces and which way your house faces as you are picking which lot you want here in a community. But the good news is we're so early on here in the trails, You got tons of lot options. We're still here in this first section. Lennar's already sold through all of their homes out here. It's moving really fast. That's why we're not showing you Lennar right now. We'll circle back out here once they open up their new section. But even in a 45-foot lot, you still have plenty of yard space. I like it. It's not too tight. It's not quite as tight as a lot of the other master plan communities that we have seen growing over here on this north side of Houston. So you've got good storage tucked in over here as you head over to the master. And this is still a very large master for a 45-foot product. The home still feels nice and wide. You got a king size bed, 9 foot going up to 10-foot ceiling. So just kind of the single coffered ceiling here. And then they decided to do some extra added stuff that doesn't come standard with the black painted shiplap up there in the ceiling, but a lot of space. I mean, really you could have, you know, like I always say, a lot of people have Pelotons these days. We see them in a lot of houses. You got room for that, do a little workout station. If you're at home watching the kids all day and need to get a workout in while they're napping. And then really, really love the color choices in here. If I could go back and redo our bathrooms, I think having black floors like this is almost like a black brick. Super unique with these black countertops. And then it's the little things. Just having framed out mirrors makes all the difference in the world. It goes from builder grade, feels like luxury, feels custom. Adding the hardware on here, even though this drawer doesn't pull out. Oh, it does. It was stuck. And then they kind of matched it. You've got a couple different options for your bathroom windows with Westin when you build, and one of them is to have kind of the detail work in there. So I prefer when the tub is not sticking out into the middle like the 60-foot product. So this is nice. This is how our setup is. And then you still have a good sized walk-in shower tucked in over here. And even though it's a 45-foot product, you're still getting 2 closets. Check it out. So you got one over here, you got your toilet area, and then you still have that connection over to the laundry room. But I'm impressed. I love it. I like that they were still able to stick with their their authenticity as Westin. And then your laundry room connects through back over to here. And then there's somebody working in there right now, but they actually have the home office up here at the front of the house. This is gonna double as their sales office. So you've got that. And then you've got a pretty good size half bath with the pedestal sink kind of decked out. And then we're gonna head on upstairs. But before we head on upstairs, I really wanna tell you exactly where we are today. Now, the location of the trails is becoming more and more ideal because of Highway 99. You've got connectivity that shoots you straight over to Highway 59. We're technically in New Caney, but as you leave downtown Houston and you head up Highway 59, you're gonna see Kingwood, which is a staple of Houston. It's a large master plan community, very similar to the Woodlands and very similar when it comes to amenities. And you're about 20 to 25 minutes away from Kingwood here in the trails. So very much like we're seeing a huge rush of people moving up to Conroe because of its proximity to the Woodlands, where you still get to use those amenities, but you get new construction. We're seeing the same thing here in New Caney. It's absolutely exploded. New Caney and Porter, even all the way up 59 into Cleveland, has exploded with growth, and one of the largest areas that's exploded with growth is the Valley Ranch Shopping Center, which is located about 10 minutes away from the front of the Trails community. And so that is gonna be at Highway 99 and 59. And the Valley Ranch Shopping Center, when I say it has it all, I know I say that in a lot of our videos, it is arguably, it's the top 3 largest strip centers that we have seen. It has so many things to offer. I could list them off, but we would be here for days. But the main thing is, as you can tell by this footage here, it is continuing to grow. They've got a lot of real estate there, and that's just one shopping center. You're gonna continue to see this growth along Highway 99. Now, what is unique about the Trails is it is the first neighborhood of its size that's actually on the east side of 59. And so there's a lot of communities we've seen popping up like the Highlands and Artavia and Evergreen that are kind of in between Highway 59 and I-45. But this is the first to really plant its flag over even further east along 99, just outside of Highway 59. And so I think we're gonna see a lot of growth headed this way, but it's one of the reasons we're seeing the prices as low as they are. And it's really one of the reasons we wanted to give you the first peek out here, because there's so many good things going on right here in the Trails. Now, I'm used to the spiral staircase, but this one feels a little bit different because it overflows into the front of the home, but it doesn't have that connectivity with the living room. And that's what allowed you to have that cathedral ceiling downstairs. This is more of a true 2-story in my opinion, where the first floor kind of separates itself as its own thing. And I personally like that. I have a 60-foot Westin product, but it feels similar in configuration to this home, where you've got the staircase up at the front, but once you're upstairs, the noise stays upstairs. I feel way more disconnected from the main living room, which I prefer, than than even over in their larger products. And you still have plenty of space up here for the kids to hang out. Now, the one thing that this home lacks, that this product lacks, is it doesn't have that media room, okay? That is the one thing that you're giving up in this product. Now, some of their 45-foot products are still gonna have that media room. You just don't have it here. You still have a good living space up here, and you've got 3 additional bedrooms, so it's a good size, 4-bedroom, 2,600 square foot house, but you are giving up that media room. Now, as far as bedroom sizes go, it's not too small. I would say it's a standard size. They've got this set up as a nursery, but the closet sizes are ideal. And just like in their larger products, behind that door right there, you actually have your full walk-in attic. So you're still gonna get that storage space, and you still have these signature tray ceilings up here on the 2nd floor. Now this is going to be the bathroom for upstairs. So it's got dual vanities, and then it's got a separate door going into that walk-in shower tub combo. Popping in over here, just a little kind of linen closet. Like I said, back in the day, it would be a DVD closet, not anymore. And then you've got 2 pretty similar bedrooms over on this side, all sharing this one bathroom. So you are giving up a bathroom upstairs compared to their larger products, but you're also saving about $150,000, $200,000. So it is substantial in the scheme of things. And this is a decent sized room. You've got a full bed, plenty of room for dual nightstands, and then closet space. They're not walk-ins, but I would say they're about 8 feet wide. Decent amount of hanging space, pretty standard. And you got the same thing going on right over here. So full size bed. Still have a full dresser set in here, and then they painted the ceilings with a little bit of accents. That's obviously something they did after the fact. And then closet in this one is actually skinnier, so it's not as wide, but it's actually deeper. You can walk into this one. So it is technically different. Now I'm gonna walk outside and we're gonna walk you through all of your different floor plan configurations with Westin and exactly what all of these homes cost you. Even the exterior of Westin's 45-foot product just has that iconic exterior that you're used to seeing in Westin's homes. It's instantly identifiable from the other builders in any neighborhood that you drive in. But what makes it great here are the prices. It's been so difficult. We've had clients for years from our channel and just clients in general running a real estate company say, hey, I want a Westin, but I can't afford it. Well, those days are gone. This product is changing everything. It used to be you couldn't get a Westin home under $500,000 anywhere in Houston, and now they actually have them under $400,000. Their smallest product at 2,500 square feet in this 45-foot section starts at $389,000. And even their largest product at 2,800 square feet is still right around $450,000, making a Westin home affordable to people that previously it wasn't an option for. And this whole neighborhood's affordable. That's the great part about being in on the ground floor of the trails. And there's a lot left to come here. We haven't even covered the community amenities because they're not built yet, but they have a full rec center that's under construction here in the next couple of months that'll kick off, and it'll probably be done in a year or 2, and you're gonna have really nice amenities in this community. You've got sidewalks running all through, you're gonna have parks, you're gonna have playgrounds. In fact, we even met the community director, and she's here to facilitate community. She plans events for all of the residents throughout the year, just like we see in all of these other large master plan communities. And having lived in a master plan community for 6 years, that is critical. I've met some of my best friends, and I know hundreds of people in my neighborhood because I chose to live in a community that actually invests in events for the residents. And so you're gonna see that happen out here in the trails. And so if Houston's not home for you yet and you want it to be, this would be a great place to plant roots and really get that appreciation long-term as this area continues to develop and grow. And maybe you're just now starting to explore. Don't worry, there's no rush. We've got hundreds of videos showing you everywhere there is in Houston to go explore. But if you like what you saw here and you just want another option here in this area, be sure to check out our video on the Highlands. It's right down the road. It's also in a similar area, but they have a golf course, and the homes are a little bit bigger and a little bit more expensive. So depending on your budget, you might want to check that out. And as always, if you're thinking of moving to Houston, do not be shy. We make these videos just for you. So give us a call, shoot us a text, send us a quick email. That way we can help you make a smooth move right here to Houston, Texas.